What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Completing ARK here on ARK Survival Ascended. This is, of course, attempt number 2. I'm Sean, and I am an Arkaholic. So, guys, today is Caving Day. We are going to try to get our first artifact of the series here, and that artifact is the Artifact of the Clever. And, well, it's actually pretty close. It's actually in the cave right behind our base here. So, really convenient, really close. On top of that, though, speaking of which, you guys just saw the poop fall from the otter. Well, we're actually going to need a little bit of poop today because I would like to get myself a dung beetle, which is going to help with fertilizer, which is going to help with the crops, and all that fun stuff. And I kind of wanted to show off something real quick if you guys didn't actually know this trick. Now, if you have a dino that naturally poops anything, doesn't make a difference, but at this point, I would like to get some large feces. It's basically going to get us a better taming effectiveness on the dung beetle. All you have to do is basically just cryopod a dino, throw it out. They fixed it. No! Really? This used to be a thing back in ARK Survival Evolved. All you would need to do is basically go ahead, throw out a dino, and it would poop right away. And basically, this is how you could just keep collecting large feces. Oh, that's so upsetting. No! Oh. Let's try it again. Maybe if we put them a little bit closer to the food pile and stuff. No. They fixed it. Shoot. Oh, well, there's a poop. Okay, well, maybe. Maybe it just takes a little bit longer. Maybe it's a little delayed. But yeah, we're going to try this again. Let's see if this actually works. All right, we'll kind of go 3, 2, 1. Throw out again. We'll wait a little bit. Yeah, guys, just make sure you're on PvE mode because your dinos would end up being cryosick. I do see the Argent has a poop, but I think the Argent is a medium feces, isn't it? It is a medium. I'm going to leave it there. And we're going to wait on the mammoth and see if you want to give me another poop. You're not going to give me another poop, are you? Damn it. All right, let's go ahead and get the other 2 mammoths. Yeah, he didn't give us any poop. Ah, damn it. All right, well, let's get the perfect male and the perfect female out here. Maybe they'll go ahead and give us a poop. Let's get you here. Let's get you here. Come on, give me a poop. Come on. All right, you guys are eating from the trough. Well, that's upsetting. Hey, there we go. There's another one. Yeah, I do know that all you have to do is basically just run around on your dino, kind of like really reduce the stam, and as it eats, basically, it will go ahead and poop and everything. But yeah, this used to be an old trick in ARK Survival Evolved. It's actually a bit unfortunate that can't do it this way anymore. Are you going to poop? But if you do want to actually have your dinos poop manually, all you have to do is, I think you press X. Nope, just kidding. You press B. And then basically when this symbol is white, it's not red, basically it'll be able to poop. Right now it can't actually poop yet, which kind of stinks. Pun intended there. That one. That is unfortunate. That is actually really unfortunate. Did you poop again? No, you didn't. Okay. What is going on here? Dang. All right, so I mean, I guess we could just go ahead and keep collecting, or we can kind of run around on the mammoth. But yeah, we'll reduce that stam down a bit, and as it eats, it'll go ahead and poop for us. Another way to do this, of course, is to get yourself a Phiomia. Just literally fill it up with all stem berries, and then you're good to go. That stinks. I was really hoping... You would think out of all the things that they would have fixed back in ARK Survival Evolved to ARK Survival Ascended, this is something that they fixed? The fact that you can't just re-cryo your dinos and just get large feces like crazy? Aw, man. All right, so maybe we'll just kind of go ahead and get a couple of laps done on these guys. Because I'm going to be honest, I don't know if it's going to be like 1 feed or like 6 feeds for a dung beetle. But guys, as we're waiting on a little more poop, if you guys think this episode doesn't stink, see what I did there? Make sure to hit that like button. On top of that, if you guys are enjoying the series so far and you're excited to see more here on Completing ARK, make sure to hit that subscribe button. It really helps out the channel. Let's see. And of course, we don't have any, unfortunately. Oh, we're going to have to figure out another plan in order to get ourselves some more poop. Maybe we do end up having to get a Fiumi at some point. We'll have to see what happens here. But speaking of which, in the last episode, we did end up getting ourselves a level. I completely forgot to do this. Let's go ahead and put that into Fortitude. Looks like you did a poop. Nice. How much do we have right now? We have a total of 4. I think we're going to start with maybe 5. And then we'll head into the cave. And we have the brand new baryonyx to head into the cave here. Of course, it's not an imprinted one or anything like that, but I still think it's going to do all right, especially with having the 60 armor saddle. The biggest issue with this guy is going to be the weight. Yeah, the weight is going to be a massive, massive issue. We'll have to see what happens here. But come on, who's going to be the lucky one? Who's going to give me the final poop? Who's it going to be? It's going to be the perfect female, perfect male, mammoth. And it's Mammoth. There we go. Perfect. Let's go ahead and put these guys away. By the way, in the last episode, we did end up getting ourselves a Carbo. I know that really wasn't the theme of the episode, but gonna be honest, the 150 Carbo stole the show for me. Did you just poop over there, perfect female? You did. Look at you, you little champ. Let's go ahead and put you away, and I guess we're gonna take 6 poop into the cave. Now, obviously, the Carbo isn't something that was really the highlight of the episode, but it did end up going that way because of its... Oh, crap. Yeah, I've been having that issue lately. That's not fun. And the worst part about all this is I'm pretty sure we just lost all the poop. No! We gotta do the poop again. All right, well, let's go ahead. Put that level into Fortitude. We're at 36 Fortitude. We're level 74, which gives us access to the Rex and the Dinosuchus. I guess we're just going to go ahead, get the male and the female out. And, yeah, I guess I'll bring you guys back when we do have a total of 6 poop. And, oh, God, for a second, I didn't see the mammoths. That would have been so bad. But yeah, kind of talking about the Carbo here for a second, and we'll go ahead and throw the mammoths out. I know it wasn't the theme of the episode. It really wasn't the whole idea of the episode, but it ended up having some really good stats. And honestly, since we've gotten the Carbo, I'm actually really excited. I want to try to find a male at some point, and I want to see if we could do some breeding and stuff with it, because that was my whole issue with the Carbo. Don't get me wrong, it's really slow and everything, but my whole issue with the Carbo was just that jittering and everything as you moved, and the fact that they kind of changed the animation up, I really, really like it. And the saddle that we have on it isn't perfect. I think it's only like a 54 armor ascendant saddle. It's something kind of crazy like that. Let's have a quick look. But yeah, just to kind of recap you guys, 59 armor saddle. Just to recap you guys on the stats though, 6930 in health, which is 50 points, 1040 in stam, which is 42 points, 486 in weight, which is 40 points, and 313 melee, which is 38 points, which is pretty freaking solid. On top of that too, it can use a cart, funny enough. I'd be really interested to see kind of how that works and everything. But we're going to go ahead and put you away right now. If we do end up finding a male at some point, I am certainly going to go ahead and get that thing. But for right now, we are focusing on the feces. But first, let's talk about more power. So guys, we've talked about more power here on the channel before, and they are back with an incredible deal for you guys. If you're not familiar with more power is rechargeable batteries. And a couple things I like about these is you get a total of 8 batteries, which is actually really convenient because I have a total of 2 controllers that I simultaneously use. That is a total of 4 batteries being used. The other ones I actually use around the house. I have one right now inside of my electric razor, and I have another 2 inside of my TV remote, which is really convenient compared to other products out there that are only specifically supposed to be used with an Xbox controller. And the best part is, of course, the price. Normally, guys, these run about $25 to $30 for an 8-pack, which honestly is a really good deal to begin with, but More Power is throwing an incredible deal at you guys right now. If you prefer to use their website, you can get an exclusive 30% off discount using coupon code 30USKOLHR. But if you prefer to shop on Amazon, you can get an exclusive 50% off using coupon code 50KOLHRUS. Guys, I'll have the links in the description below. I really appreciate if you use those links because I do get a bit of commish, so it does help me out, but it also helps you guys out too. Definitely check out the product. If you do, let me know in the comments what you think. I'm really excited to hear your thoughts. Now, one more thing. The coupons expire May 1st. So if you guys are watching this video after May 1st, check in the comments below. The highlighted comment at the top will have the updated coupon codes if applicable. Any questions, leave a comment, let me know. But I guess as we're waiting on a little bit more poop, we're going to go ahead and get some fish for this guy because, yeah, if you guys don't know, fish meat on the baryonyx is going to be really, really good, honestly. It basically, like, ultra heals them. Like, it heals them really fast or something like that. So, definitely, especially going into a cave like this, I'm going to want to try to get as much fish meat for this guy as possible. And, well, easier said than done, apparently. Jesus, there's, like, none around here. 14, 24, not bad. Gonna need a little more than that, though. Maybe we should actually head out to the ocean? Because the ocean will have sharks. And yeah, you know what? That's probably the better place to go. Let's go ahead and do that. But yeah, this is going to be the only downside with the baryonyx, at least until we potentially find a female one, is that weight. You guys have already seen. I mean, we're at like 75% weight on this guy already, which is kind of crazy. We haven't even stepped foot into the cave, and there's going to be a ton of stuff to deal with. So, not entirely sure how it's going to go. I feel like we're going to be okay in this cave, because again, the cave that we're going to enter today is kind of like the pre-test of the caves. It kind of gets you into the introduction of caving, I guess, is kind of what you'd want to call it. But yeah, the cave that we're about to do isn't really too bad. It's future caves that might end up being a bit of a problem, which is kind of why I'm thinking it might be better to go ahead and try to find ourselves a female baryonyx at some point. I swear to God, if this is a 150 male. Yeah, that's probably the route that we're going to need to go, especially just for that weight stat specifically. I think the rest of the stats are pretty good on the baryonyx, if I do say so myself. But yeah, it's just that weight stat is abysmal. All right, I see 2 more poops. Let's see, how many are we at now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Perfect. I'm going to drop the 17 hide. We don't necessarily need that. But you guys can see already, like, the baryonyx is moving really, really slow. This weight is going to be a massive, massive issue. And I guess we can go ahead and put some levels into weight, but it's not like it's really going to help or anything, honestly. Yeah, we're definitely going to have to find a female here in the future. But that being said, let's go ahead and get some caving out of the way here. We do have a couple of cryos with us. Yes, we do. In case we do come across a couple of dung beetles. But yeah, artifact of the clever. I believe it's the clever. I keep saying it's the clever. I'm really confident it's the clever, but it could very well be the hunter. I think it's the clever. But anyways, this cave is really... What time is it? It's 11:38. Okay. This cave is relatively easy to work with. Oh, there's a foo. What level is that foo? Come on. It's a 55 level foo. Nice. All right. Anyways, this cave is relatively easy. It's probably one of the easiest caves to do here on the island, but you can run into a couple of problems. There are megalosaurus in this cave, or there can be megalosaurus in this cave, so especially if it's getting close to nighttime, you might want to wait to do this cave. Besides that, you don't have any bats in here, which is nice. You do have Arthropleura, though, which you got to watch out for. Arthropleura will break your armor right away, so it's usually good to come in kind of like we are with all cloth on, because it's just relatively easy to fix. And with the amount of things that you're going to be killing in the cave here, honestly, you're going to have a ton of hide, you're going to have a ton of chitin. Chitin armor is also really good for this cave. You just got to watch the heat and everything, because these caves tend to get a little bit hot. But yeah, basically, we're just going to kind of follow the path down here, nothing crazy. Another thing to kind of watch out for is up on the ceiling. Sometimes you do get megalania, which can actually give you, pretty sure they can give you rabies, right? Personally, I've never had that happen before, but I think it's a thing. Pretty sure it's a thing. So yeah, especially if you're doing this cave like on foot or something, just be careful. But basically, it's a pretty linear cave, especially once you kind of get to this point. This point, it's kind of just one path and one path only. At this point, easiest way to spot this is kind of the little green thingy up there. If you go to the, you can go to the right, you can go to the left. We're going to go to the left. And this is where trouble's going to begin. Okay, so that is a spider. Those are easy. Not going to really worry about that. It's the arthropluera that's going to be an issue. Usually the Megalosaurus, if it's here, is usually right over here. Or at least it was in Ark Survival Evolved. And thankfully, I am not seeing it here today. Now, if you want a really quick, easy way to get to the artifact, just jump down here, go straight through, and the artifact's right there. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. But we're going to take a little bit of the longer way because I do want to get a couple of explorer notes, especially with the weight on this guy. And I am going to want to check loot bags because if we can get ourselves a couple of treasure maps here, that'd be absolutely great. And I was going to say, speaking of which, but nope. Only one dropped out of all of them? Wow, okay, that's surprising. Usually you get a pretty good amount of loot bags dropping for these guys, but, oh, there is a second one. Okay, cool. Yeah, I gotta make sure that, yeah, look at that. I mean, right away, treasure map, awesome. Now, I believe that bug is still in the game, the 50-50 bug, so if we can get a decent amount, maybe, ooh, we have a dung beetle. Level 60, no, I don't want that. I know dung beetle level does not make a difference. It's more just, I just want high level ones. Pretty much. So, we're going to go ahead and kill you. Maybe a new one will spawn. I just realized. Megalosaurus can probably spawn in its place. Crap. Wouldn't that be something? Alright, but anyways, we got one right here. Ooh, oh, you're aggressive because I hit. Of course, you're the 145. Damn it. Okay, alright. Well, we're going to tame you. I just need you to not be aggressive anymore. Problem solved? I think. I don't even know where you are. He's still moving kind of fast. You know what? We're going to use this to our advantage. I'm just going to kind of lure it over this way because we know this area is safe. Is he still... No, he's good. Cool. All right. Dung beetle time. Go ahead, drop this down in the last slot. We're going to go ahead and feed 33%. Not too bad. All right, so it's going to be a total of 3 feeds for this guy, possibly 4. Arthropluera right away after this. Don't go too far, buddy. Don't go too far, please. I think you take a while in order to feed, too, which kind of stinks. You know what? If I can get the Arthropluera out of the way, I can't even see the head. That's the problem. That could be the tail. Okay, or that. That's good. That's nice. Probably should have cleared that area out first. Damn. I mean, I guess we could always go back to the dung beetle. Yeah, let's do that. Because we don't know what's going to be right around this bend here. Dung beetle's over there, safe and sound. All right, we got a cup. We got one bag. Sometimes you kind of want to just jump off the mountain, jump back on, because, yeah, this area tends to have a lot of dinos spawn in the walls. So you want to be careful here. But I do want to get this loot. No, I don't. Okay. Let's go back and see if he's ready for the second feed. I don't see any more dung beetles up ahead. Okay, it's 150 scorpion. I don't know what that... Oh, that's an Aranio, isn't it? Yeah. 145. Wow, okay. Yeah, we'll take our time here. That's fine. We're not going anywhere. In the meantime, 2 more levels on you. Let's also drop the raw meat. We don't need that. I guess we'll hold on to the chitin. Why not? It's relatively light. Oh, I just realized we're not even wearing our backpack. Yeah, we definitely want that 65% reduction. There we go. And that's all thanks to the Cliff and Backpack, of course. I did upgrade it to tier 3. Yeah, so we're looking at a 65% weight reduction on most items, which is really nice. Yeah, like you can see that drop from 1 to 0.3. Absolutely awesome. It's actually 70%, funny enough, but... Oh, never mind. 0.35. Yeah, it just doesn't show up here. It'll show up in the description, though. Okay, well, come on. Let's get the second feed done. So you know what we're going to do? We're going to make sure for that final feed, we're going to instead give it a medium poop, because there's no point in giving it a large when it's going to literally be at like 99.6. So yeah, we'll give it the medium for the last one, and then that'll also give us access to 3 more big poop, and that should be able to tame us another 145. So if we do end up finding another one in the cave... All right, there we go. Yeah, see, 99.4. Yeah, we're not going to do 0.6 with that. So let's go ahead, move you over. I doubt we're going to lose a level on this. If we do, we do. But right now, we're at 72 points, I think. So this is a perfect tame as of right now. I guess in the meantime, too, let's go ahead and stack everything up. Let's make sure that we're fully loaded. All right, and yeah, everything else is kind of set. So we're good to go here. Just want to make sure that that's the medium. It is. Come on. And there we go. And it ended up being a perfect tame. Perfect. Okay, so we could theoretically get 2. Awesome. Okay. Now we got to figure out the dung beetle, at least in ASA, because it's obviously had a lot of changes from ASE to ASA, so we'll have to figure that out. But let's move on. All right. Basically just going to follow the path down here. Going to run into a whole bunch of stuff. Biggest thing we're looking for right now is Arthropleura. Any Arthropleura we see, that's the first thing we got to take out 100%. I'm pretty sure that's one right there. But maybe I want to pull this. Maybe I just want to miss. That works too. You know what? Okay, it's just... What am I hitting? Like, is there a wall there that I'm just... I think there's a dung beetle in the midst. I see the... I see grass moving. Yeah, there's a decent... Oh, crap. All right, well, that happened. I don't know what caused it to react, but this is where things can get a little crazy. Just hold him back. Okay. Hey, health, we're doing okay. Look at the loot bags. Yeah, and this is also why I believe this cave is called the Chitin Cave. I think it makes sense why now. All right, you are... Let's just wait a minute, because more are going to kind of work their way in. And here we go. But yeah, look at all these loot bags. Got one more up here. Let's see if he's going to be able to figure it out. I don't think he can. Biggest thing you want to make sure when you're doing this cave, that is an Arthropleura. Biggest thing you want to make sure when doing this cave, 1, take it step by step, because you will get overwhelmed, kind of like what we just did there, and if you're not prepared, you're going to get screwed. So take it 1 step at a time, honestly. You know what we're actually going to do? Just so I don't keep looking in the wrong bags. Honestly, always keep looking around. Because at any moment, one of these things can just come up on you real quick. Not getting much luck with these treasure maps. All right, well, there we go. I wonder if they reduce the amount of treasure maps that you get now. Yeah, we don't have any on us. All right. No. And try not to drop the friggin' fish meat. Don't do what I did there. There we go. All right. Yeah, let's just keep going and wait at this point. I mean, it's not that much of a difference. I think we got everything here. Now we're just going to slowly move on. We do have a couple of Arthropleura to deal with. If you can find the... Oh, it's a snake. Oh, that's actually good. Take care of you real quick. Snakes are moving in. Snakes are easy to deal with. Except there's a lot of them. Jesus. Alright, got another bag here. Nope. No. Not gonna take it. Alright. Another piece of advice for this cave. If you don't want to, don't go in the water. The water can get a little bit crazy. There's a lot of piranha down there. If you do need fish meat, that's probably the best place to go, especially if you're using a baryonyx. Best place to go, but just be aware it's going to get a little crazy in there. I know right now, if we go ahead and kind of look in the water, it's not going to be doesn't look too bad, right? But there is a lot of stuff in there. You do have a chance for some of the loot boxes in the cave to end up in the water, which is kind of why they kind of entice you to go into the water, and then you get pummeled. Yeah, there's also Sarcos in the water too, so be careful with that because they can pull you off the mount. I'm actually really surprised we haven't really run into any Arthropleura. This is going really well so far. The spiders is fine because, again, there's a little bit of that knockback there when you're hitting them, and you can keep them at bay for most of the time. Alright, looks like the baryonyx got another level. Gonna also go ahead, let's keep that chitin going here. Drop, 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 and drop. Now, two ways you can go to the artifact. If you go to the left, this is the route that we were gonna kind of take before. If we basically took that ledge down, takes you right to the artifact. You can also go around this way, though. I'm pretty sure there's a loot box somewhere over here, too, if I'm not mistaken. So, might want to go ahead and grab that if we can. Maybe it's not over here. Maybe it's in the other side of the cave I'm thinking of. But anyways, if you do also want to get the artifact, you can go around this way. The only problem with doing it this way is there will be a point where you can't really go any further with dinos. You kind of have to do a little bit of it on foot, which, yeah, is a bit interesting. I wouldn't recommend it. I would recommend going around the other way. Again, there is another point. Actually, oh, maybe you can get into the artifact room this way, no problem. Huh. Okay, well, there you go. All right. The only downside with going this way is you don't really know what's going to be coming at you. Like, we got a snake over to the right. Which is fine, but again, that could have been an Arthropleura. Okay. Yeah, no Arthropleura there. Yeah, very surprised, honestly. One Arthropleura throughout the entire cave. That's kind of crazy. All right, well, gonna quickly... Yep. So see how I jumped off the mount, and all of a sudden this one came in to attack? Yeah, just be careful with stuff like that. That does tend to happen. All right, I think we're good. All right, get rid of that. And there is the artifact. This is the artifact of the hunter. This entire time I was so confident it was the clever, and of course it was the hunter. Let's go ahead and put the measures back onto the last slot. Let's kind of clean up this inventory a bit because we still got to watch the weight on our guy. There we go, 2 more levels. I mean, our weight is starting to get pretty good. Like 800 weight is not bad at all. Just think, though, if we got ourselves a decent baryonyx with a decent amount of weight on it, plus an imprint, I mean, we're already at 800 weight, you know what I mean? So it's not as much of a priority in putting it into that stat. So, yeah, definitely going to be looking for baryonyxes here in the future. But if you wanted to go the traditional way into the cave or into the artifact room, it would be going this way instead. We would have made a left instead of a right. And now we're going to run into a decent amount of stuff. Just fine. Just trying to get a decent amount of XP here. Actually really surprised we have not gotten any more treasure maps. Really surprised. And we have taken like no damage, by the way. Because yeah, literally we're just going ahead and using fish meat as our food source to kind of fill our stuff back up. And oh my god, it's great. But anyways, yeah, to the left is basically the drop down that we could have went before. What is that? Is that crystal? Oh, crystal, cool. A couple of Uranio up here, might as well get the XP. I am noticing, since the last time I've done this cave, there's not as many dinos in the wall, which is nice. Because, yeah, there were a lot of places, especially the last time running it. I mean, probably half the spawns were in the wall. It was crazy, crazy. But yeah, we got the artifact. That's the artifact room over there. Got the artifact. We're all good to go. Let's go. Ooh. Did I check this? I did not. But doesn't make a difference anyways. All right, moving on. Unfortunately, we haven't seen a second dung beetle yet. But it's okay. It is what it is. So what we're going to do now is, instead of leaving the cave, we're going to basically come back to the original room, which is here, and we're going to hang a left instead of a right. Just to show you guys the rest of the cave here, because it is pretty cool. Just going through the entire cave, trying to get as much loot as possible. Also, just getting a decent amount of XP. I mean, just killing these dinos gets you a lot of stuff, right? We got an explorer node over there, so you know what I'm going to do? This is a little risky, but I'm going to try to draw as much of the stuff in. And let's get to that. Let's get to that before everything attacks. Go, 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 go. We're going to press B right away. We don't need to listen to this. And it's for the Capro. Wonderful. Okay. And an Arthropleurus here. That's a bit of a problem. Got to deal with the... Oh, maybe there is. Okay. Completely thought there was an Arthropleurus here. But yeah, we're getting a lot of XP now. There we go. Okay, almost done here. I thought there were 2. We do have a dung beetle in the area. Right there. 25. God damn it. Curious to see how many levels the Baryonyx has now, especially with that Explorer Note buff. Got a couple of bags here to deal with. Nope. And nope. Wow. Yeah. There's another dung beetle, so I don't want to attack the bad one. All right. 100. Now, All right, now from this room, you can go in 2 separate directions here. We have 10 levels. Wow. Okay, you know what? We're just going to go ahead and go into main. Let's do a little bit in... I love how I'm saying a little bit. Yeah, 1,000 weight is fine. I just went so crazy with the freaking melee there. With the weight there, I mean, oh my god. Okay, it's fine. 1,000 weight, we're fine. But anyways, you can hang to the left or you can hang to the right. I'm going to be honest, I don't remember what brings you to the left, so I guess we'll do that first. By the way, that weird kind of glitchy screen kind of thing that we're getting is because of the torpor. Yeah, I don't know. It's this console thing. I really don't like it, honestly, but it is what it is. Did I really not kill that? Oh, shit. Did I kill it? It didn't look like I did. No, we're getting battle music right now. Are we? Huh. Yeah, there's an arthropleura coming. How? What? Oh god. Run. Run, 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 run. Okay. Reload, reload, reload. What? All right, now we can kill it. Go, 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 go. Get it. Oh, thank God. Yeah, they are no joke. Basically, they can go ahead and just damage your armor. And because we are using cloth, our armor's just going to break right away. So just keep that in mind when you're running these kind of caves. Arthropleura, not your best friend. Let's go ahead and chuck all this stuff out. Let's continue here. I think the rest of the cave will be fine. Did we kill that Arthropleura? I don't think we did. Did we? Oh, no, it is dead. Okay, that's easy. Cool. I'm pretty sure there's another explorer note right here, too, which is nice. Snakes. A lot of stuff. Oh, my God. Wow. Yeah, this is what I'm talking about getting overwhelmed. We're fine. But this is what I'm talking about with getting overwhelmed. This is crazy. Guys, by the way, this is the easy cave. Yeah. Welcome to ARK, guys. Welcome to ARK. I would have loved to get that Explorer note before doing all that, but... Okay. Did we get anything interesting? Gimme, 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 gimme. Drop, 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 drop. Gimme, drop, 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 drop. Nope, nothing interesting. All right, 7 more levels. I think we're good in the weight. So, yeah, let's just start getting that melee to be absolutely insane. Just be careful again in this area. Left and right, you do have some water, so you can get sarcos in here. So, again, just be really careful. Again, you guys can see, this is really shallow water. Look at all the piranha in here. Watch this. Look at the amount of fish meat. 230 fish meat. Just by, oh god, we have an arthropleura in here. No, 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 no. Just get away from that. Get away from that. Just keep attacking them. There we go. Okay. Okay. All right. First cave loot of the series. That's pretty freaking good. Not gonna lie, that is pretty freaking good. All right, snakes and araneos. I just realized we did not get that explorer note, did we? The one right here. Nope, we did not.
So in addition,
It's fine. Yeah, look at the amount of piranha. This is what you got to be careful for, though. Because like I said, really good chance that there could be a Sarco. Probably not in these waters. Hey, you can get some crystal in here, too. That's kind of cool. Yeah, it's relatively shallow, so I don't think there's any Sarcos in this. But yeah, you do get just these massive, massive pools of... Well, hello, araneos. Don't mind if I kill you guys, too. But yeah, you just get these massive pools of piranha. All right, getting back on the path, though. By the way, when we were up at the top, I said you can go left or right. I think both paths lead the same way because I'm pretty sure this is the other path. So you know what? Let's quickly run this back. Because maybe there's a dung beetle in here. You know what I mean? There we go. Okay, we are... Got a lot of stuff here. Oh my god. All right. Keep. Get rid of. Keep rid of. Yeah, look at all the fish meat. Jesus. All right, we do have an Arthropleura up ahead. Another good reason why you want to clear out just everything and anything in the cave. Just in case we get in a little trouble, we're trying to run back, and then we run into that. So let's deal with you. The good news is I think that... Oh, that's a dung beetle. What level? 145. There we go. That's going to be our dung beetle. Now I just got to get the Arthropleura first, which I can't actually see. There we go. If you get a headshot on it... Yeah, there we go. If you get a headshot on Arthropleurus, I think it does... What is it? Double damage or something like that? All right, we're going to leave the dung beetle there for now. We're going to move on. There's another dung beetle. What level are you? Level 20. Not going to bother you, because I don't want the other one to get affected. But yeah, this is where we were earlier, just to give you guys an idea that it does loop all the way around. So, one path, just up to you which way you want to take. What is that? Bones. Okay. Drop all that stuff. All right, dung beetle. Let's get you too. You know what? For the meantime, we're just going to leave you here. We got plenty of time. That's a medium, right? It is. Perfect. Cool. There we go. All right, 145 will be tamed, no problem. Is that an Arthropleura, or is that just a... No, it's just the lighting. Ooh. Dung beetle. Oh, okay. Anyways, let's continue down the path. Second feed on a dino always takes forever and a day, which is why we're kind of leaving the dung beetle for now. But yeah, you guys can see another explorer node. Absolutely awesome. Let's go ahead and get that, and then we're going to go ahead and get a little bit of loot. Leech dossier. All right. Kind of do the hop and skip and make sure nothing's around us. We're good. Let's see. Better carbo saddle. Okay. think the game is telling us something. Okay, so this water is a little interesting because it is deeper. And this is what you want to avoid. Yeah, safe. Now, I don't know. Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, God. I don't know if we're considered in water yet. Okay, we're good. Yeah, this is what I'm talking about. This is what you could be dealing with. 145 female Sarco. Nice. Be pretty interesting to tame a cave gator, right? Come on. Almost there. There we go. All right, there's one more in these waters. Nope, yep, I see that snoot. All right. Now, the worry is there could be more in here. There might not be, but there could be more. Piranhas, no big deal. Not necessarily going to worry about them. Gators, gonna worry about. Okay, I think we're good with the gators. But we got a few piranhas. But yeah, if you guys aren't familiar, this is the beginning of the cave. Or this is where we were a little bit earlier today. So yeah, it all kind of loops around and everything. It's, you do have a little bit of a mazy path to go through, but overall, I mean, it pretty much just takes you around to the same spots. But again, this water can be crazy, so just keep that in mind. Let's go back. I mean, pretty much that covers the entire cave, right? So all we're going to do is just go back to the dung beetle and, yeah, let's finish up that tame. And there we go. Second dung beetle is ours. Absolutely awesome. I did also notice that we got a level at some point along the way. Completely forgot about that. Again, we're going to go into Fortitude. I want to get Fortitude up to 40. Then we'll kind of figure out the next play from there. But yeah, 2 145 dung beetles. I mean, I guess the only issue with it is... yeah, you can't breed them, unfortunately. At least I don't think so, because they don't necessarily have a gender. So it is what it is, but as we kind of keep doing the caves and stuff, if we do end up finding high-level dung beetles, then yeah, we'll basically just keep going with that. But like I said, I'm pretty sure they got a massive TLC between ASE and ASA, where I think they wirelessly will pick up poop around the base, as long as you have them wandering, I think. But again, we're going to kind of have them underneath the greenhouse. So they shouldn't be able to get out or anything like that, and they should be able to collect the poop and all that kind of stuff and whatever. But at this point, we're going to take one quick look in here. I just want to see, sometimes you do get a loot drop that spawns right here, so... nah, we didn't get lucky. All right, well, let's leave the cave. Let's head back to base. Let's set up the artifact at a hunter, and, yeah. All right, still got the mammoths here doing their thing. We got a little bit of poop. Actually, this is a really good time to test this out. What if we went ahead, took this out? I should have done it the other way. Come on, took this out. All right, we're going to throw a dung beetle in there, and then I want to see if they'll keep walking around or whatever. Okay, so dung beetle's in. It automatically took the poop. It's automatically taking them. Nice. Nice. Okay, so you don't even actually have to have them on wandering. They'll just do it. And I want to keep you there. Now, here's the question. I do kind of want them on wandering if they can. I don't know if this guy will, though. Because he's so overfilled right now with poop. But now if we cover this back up, no. The dung beetles are in the way. Is it because of the dung beetle in the way? It's gotta be. right? No. All right, we can figure this out because this one's fine. Why is that one fine? Oh, I wonder if the one dung beetle is kind of pushing up on the other one. Okay, that's fine. Let's throw you out real quick. Pick you... No, not pick you up. Actually, that's fine. Pick you up. There we go. Are we good now? Damn it. All right, it's you. Why are you giving me an issue here? Okay, wait a second. Come on, work. No! Come on, this would have been so cool. Why'd you allow me to put... Okay, because I guess they're not technically in that... Oh, come on. Come on. What if I do this then? And I guess we'll just put you on this side. All right. I mean, they're like really deep into the ground now. Okay, so it is. It's the dung beetles. Shoot. That would have... Is there a quarter ceiling? I can't believe I'm even thinking about this. Is there a quarter version? Where's the triangle? No, it's just triangle. They don't have a quarter ceiling of the greenhouse? I mean, why would you? You know what I mean? But, like... Shoot. Damn. Now I gotta figure out another plan with these guys. No! Oh, I thought that would have been so cool, having them, like, down on the floor, and then we could have had a couple here, we could have had a couple there, a couple here, a couple here. Actually, we can still do this. Let me see if I like this idea a little bit better. So I guess we can do it this way. I kind of just went ahead and flipped the doors in on the inside now. They still get 300%, right? Yeah. And I basically just closed off the middle. I don't like it. I really was committed to having the dung beetles on the floor there. Ah. That stinks. And the only thing is, I gotta cover this now, because what if an Ichthyornis comes through and tries to pick one of these guys up? Ugh. Yeah, that stinks. I'm gonna have to figure something out. I really want the dung beetles there, honestly. I think it just works out really, really well doing it that way, but... I mean, I guess the other option is... I don't really have a way to get to the roof, but in between, like, this and this one and that one, we literally just put them in containers on top. I could do that, and then that gives us our walkway again. I might do that. You know what? Give me a second, guys. Yeah, let me go ahead and try to set that up, and we'll see how it looks. All right. There we go. Now, let's just go ahead, pick them up. Actually, the baryonyx is probably going to have to move. Oh, man. What an ordeal for these guys. All right, let's pick the first one up. Perfect. Loop back around, and I think it's this for the set. Maybe not. All right, we'll do it one at a time. I thought you can put a dung beetle in your mouth, too, but maybe I'm thinking the Achatina. But there we go, one dung beetle in there. And finally, dung beetle number 2 in there. Perfect. All right. Let's Let's get the ceilings on these guys so nothing attacks them. Not exactly the setup that I wanted to do with these guys, but I mean, it works. They're safe. They're protected. I just kind of wanted them on the ground. I thought that would have been really cool, right? And unfortunately, the only way to fix that would be to raise the foundation, which means the entire base would have to be lifted a little bit. And I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. Just for that, no. Not worth it. 3 episodes later. Anyways, let's go ahead, put the walkway back in. And there we go. Yeah. Again, not ideal that they're kind of up there now hanging out, but it's fine. It is what it is. I would have loved to kind of have them in here, kind of like as you're crossing over, you can kind of see them doing their thing and whatever, but it is what it is. Dung beetles will have to hang out up there. In the future, as we get more, we'll just go ahead and just keep adding to the list there. And basically just keep adding them inside each of them. We'll have to see what happens with that. Hopefully we start getting a decent amount of fertilizer going because I do want to get these crops up and coming. Speaking of which, let's kind of do this real quick. I can do this. But fertilizer isn't available right now, which is why it's not coming up on here. But I bet right when that thing makes fertilizer, bam, it's going to add it to the list. Huh. Cool. Now, if I did this, it'd probably get a pull from the dung beetles. See? Yeah. 7 and 10. Wow. Okay, so they're actually doing more than their weight. Interesting. Cool. All right, well, we are one step closer to getting ourselves some crops, guys. I am going to wrap up the episode here. I hope you guys enjoy this one. We got ourselves the artifact of a hunter. Speaking of which, we have to go ahead and set that thing up. I completely forgot about that. Artifact pedestal is in here. There it is. And I guess we'll just kind of put you right in the okay. I don't know why that's doing that, but okay. We'll put you right here. Maybe what we'll do is we'll try to line all the artifacts right here, and then maybe on top will be the Guardian's head once we defeat it. That might be kind of cool, right? Anyways, there we go. Artifact of the Hunter, baby. Yeah. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. If you did, take a second. Make sure to hit that like button. If you guys are enjoying the series so far, make sure to hit that subscribe button. It really helps the channel out. But guys, that's going to wrap this episode up. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you all in the next one.